Okay, today I got to talk about finally what the gear I really use now. Okay, I get messed up with a lot, a lot of plugin, mess up with my doubler plugin. I wanted to say forget about my doubler. My visual doubler do the job, especially when we get stuck with a mono recorded real guitar amp or something. You mess up with this track and you don't know how to stereoize this. Use that, really cool. This is the last version 1.3. The last version 1.3, this is really the last version. I'm gonna really remove all the stuff. And can you see me? Really remove all the stuff, the panning stuff, recording the delay, doubling delay stuff, especially for that. It's really useful if you want to do some British cool double tracking the kind. Okay, for the rest, I'm coming back with my old pal with all the tests. I'm coming back with my old pal, the Vocalizer, and this time I get a new setting for my Vocalizer. Let me show you that. Before I let the set to stereo mix to 50-50, but this time I use the detune at 5. The latency at short as usual, because you have to turn it on. The spectrum on full. But this time I put the stereo and the mix at 2 o'clock. The fact I put the mix, the fact I put the mix at 2 o'clock is just like gives a little bit more room to the side, the detuned side, so you get more realistic doubling. So I'll give you an example of that. So the reason for that, put this setting, gives a little bit more room to do, give more realistic doubling, double tracking, close to double tracking. You know me, I don't like the double tracking for the reason I'm a composer and of course self-learning sound engineer. I don't want to recommend rhythm guitar 2 times because I'm the kind of guy to compose right on the recording my rhythm guitar riff and while I'm singing at the same time. So if I do a second track for my rhythm guitar, it's just like I don't remember all the riff I played on the first track. So this is the reason I just want to do. I was one single stereo guitar, rhythm guitar, one instant. It did sound like a little bit more large with this new setting. So the Vocalizer is still the best weapon, despite the fact it's a little bit less output than the other doubler, just 1 or 2 dB less. But this is compensated with the amp, so I'm still playing with my Jackson Dinky JS11. More larger, so it's just like more like a double track. So I really love this one. For about the did a new update. Coming back with my old pal Lapul Legion. Yeah, Lapul is really good amp compared to you know me using the X30 from TSE, the TSE experiment, but the Lapul Legion got a better match. A better match about the overdrive. The overdrive sound a little bit more like it's a little bit more like like a Mesa Boogie Mark kind. So it really matched all the Metallica and pulse response as well. But for the Master Puppets, the sound so I cut a little bit of artificial bass. As well as on my Ride the Lighting, so I put still using the DAR as my impulse loader, free one, low latency. That's really everything is really cool. So put the Master Puppet and Puppet Ride. This time I use work in stereo routing mode, so I can put different cab for each side, so you get a little bit more natural double tracking effect. I put the Ride the Lighting. So I put the Ride the Lighting, a little bit more drive on it. So this is this polling region setting. I use the input at 3 o'clock because the vocalizer, the slightly low output of the vocalizer. Green channel, lead, and put them all in lead, tone stack to off. So the master puppet is a little bit low at one, depending on the pickup you use, okay? So you jump to the E and G pickup a little, increase the drive a little bit more. So that one to 2 to 3 o'clock for ride lighting, and around, of course, didn't Justice Falls a lot. So I put the low at default, mid, cut, scoop the mid, put the high, put the contour at around 11 o'clock. This is put the kind of EQ match a little bit more. It presents the default and the volume at around well, 10 o'clock or so around. Because I use I use the dynamic fabric TDS as the master track. I had to lower the volume because of that, and I lower the channel volume as well there. So you can check. This is so I put all the mix with the bass. Oh yeah, for the bass now I use I use the mono version of Wave Doubler, because Wave Doubler's got something really cool that's called the octave down feature there, and this is the best octaver to create to transfer the guitar into a bass. To give you an example, the best pitch shifter you can get, best quality. And put an EQ on it, of course, with a kind of curve to match the bass as well. So this is use my own preset called Instant Bass Guitar. And for the mix, I use a I use a second sequencer Mega BB for basic drum loop as a tick track. A tick track is like a metronome. So, on the guitar, something like it. Still work with the Reaper version 4.78 because I don't have the license for the last version 5 of Reaper. So everything is almost my last gear. I use that. So the Legion is my official amp for metal, Vocalizer, official doubler, Nadar, official impulse loader. And of course, I can use. I want to do live modern tone, just like I put the Mesa Boogie on there, Mesa Boogie there, and then switch the Legion. So the order is as usual, okay? Vocalizer going to the Legion, amp going to the Nadar, and a noise gate, the G gate, my favorite gate. Without this, it's like okay. So on a modern kind of put the tone stack to on with the same settings. Okay, so I turn off the reverb. This is my reverb channel where I send the guitar and vocal and all. So you can see that. Send reverb to this. I cut down the reverb because nowadays you don't use reverb anyways. Huh? So plus this beat, Mega BB sequencer is very cool for that. So okay, let's choose for modern. I use a sound found called Good Rocky Drum. later. So this is what my recent gear used for metal. Okay, this is the last version of my digital doubler. With the new concept, I take a picture of my Jackson Dinky. So the left working the stereo routing, the left is the dry signal, on the right then the right signal. So I try this, turn the Vocalizer off, and put my doubler at the end. So it sound like the doubling delay is at 8 by default 80%. Yeah, the result is not so bad, but it sounds really like a delay to me. It's just like. So compared to the Vocalizer, it's not as big as the sound. Try it in the mix. That's the reason I'm coming back with the Vocalizer. So this is the latest gear for this. I use always the same template. I don't do template for any other stuff from Metallica on each album. So this is this is the template I call it's called 80s thrash metal rig. I do a 70s Brit metal invasion as well. So this is it's my 70s Brit metal invasion with a small drum called rock light drum kits. Use exactly the same amp, pull-in region with put it in rhythm mode. The drive at about 50% around. Default made it a little bit less cool. It's just some. I always put a low quality because high quality give a little bit more 5.1% of CPU compared to low quality to 3.6, 2.6% CPU use. Well, it's up to you to use that if you want. So thanks for watching. This is my recent gear, and now you know what you do. You get the choice to use a Vocalizer to doubling your guitar with a stereo guitar. I forgot to mention, put the routing to stereo if you ever am routing to stereo when you use the Vocalizer. Really recommended. Thanks for watching.